Okay, let's talk about the minor open position chords that you need to know. The first thing we're going to look at is A minor, of course. And I would fret it like this, probably not like this. That's kind of weird, right? But like this, pretty standard. Make sure your thumb's in the back of the neck, and make sure that, I mean, you can play like this. Probably better if you bring your thumb around and kind of arch your hand a little bit, okay? All right, real close to A major, right? Here's A major. You take the third and you lower it a half step, and you got yourself A minor. All right, so A minor, that's one of the chords you absolutely need to know. Then D minor. Now I'd fret it like this. Okay, and you can play, listen, you can play the three notes of the chord like this. You can grab the D. You can even grab the A. All those are D minor chords. And the reason they're called open position, of course, is because they're open strings. Okay? You can't have an open position chord unless you have open strings. A closed position chord would be like, okay, which is movable. But an open position chord, of course, has open strings. All right, so that's your D minor chord. So we've got A minor, and we've got D minor. Then we've got E minor. Sometimes I play this E minor chord like this. Sometimes I'll play it like this. Just depends on what the next chord is. So if this is E minor here, if I'm going like this and I want to go, let's say, to a C chord, that's an easy transition because I've got this pivot note here. So I would play the E minor like this if I was going to a C chord next, like this. So I was just going, see how easy that is? Versus going like this and then having to completely change and go like that to grab the C, okay? So it's up to you. E minor like this or E minor like this, all right? And then of course there's G minor. And G minor can be played in open position with this open G string, okay? And then if you want to, I think I just said open G string. Of course I meant open D string. But you can you can grab the G like this and play it like that. You can fret it like this and bring, and bar these notes on the third fret with your middle finger. Okay, but you can't play this A because A is not in the chord of G. So you couldn't go like this, right? That sounds weird. Okay, so what you'd want to do is you can either fret it like I showed you like this, or you could play it like this. Okay, but just leave out that A. And if you do that, again, this is kind of an advanced technique, but if you play it like this, then what you can do is fret this note here on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and then allow the back of your finger, the back of my finger right about here is just barely touching the top of the A string to keep it from sounding out. Hear that? So I'm holding down the G and I'm muting the A with the back of my finger. That's kind of an advanced technique, but if you do that, you can play it like this, and then all the notes ring out and the A won't ring out, okay? Now, I'll let you on a little tip. I don't play that G minor chord like that very much, but I did want to include it just for the sake of being complete. It is technically an open position chord because it has this open D, but most of the time when I play G minor, I just play it like this, in the 6th string root bar chord form, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.